You're with Master Your Money. Becoming wealthy is like a game. You must know the rules to win. This video will explore 7 essential money rules that could completely transform your financial life. My friend Joe's story illustrates how powerful these rules can be. At 39, Joe felt trapped in his data entry job, dreading his routine and thinking early retirement was out of reach. Then he met Philip, a white-haired, always smiling coworker with a mysterious joy Joe couldn't ignore. Philip had retired at 40, spent years traveling, and then chosen a new career just for fun. One day, Joe finally sat with Philip at lunch to ask about his happiness and freedom. Philip's answer would change Joe's life forever. I learned the 7 rules of money. Because Joe had been the only one to join him at lunch all week, Philip decided to share these life-changing rules, opening up how they had enabled him to break free from the grind, achieve financial independence, and build a life on his terms. This video will take you through the same 7 rules Philip shared with Joe, rules that can open the door to true wealth and freedom. Before we dive into these transformative money rules, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to get notified of our latest videos. Rule number 1, pay yourself first. Philip shared that many people want to save but rarely do, as unexpected expenses always arise. Without a set plan, saving becomes impossible, and over 60% of Americans don't budget, which is why many people live paycheck to paycheck. Philip himself has struggled with saving until he discovered 2 key strategies. First, the 50-30-20 rule. He allocated 50% of his income to essentials, 30% to entertainment, and 20% to savings. This helped him set a savings goal but wasn't always foolproof. The second, more effective strategy was automated deductions. Routing part of each paycheck directly into savings makes it harder to access and spend. This system ultimately helped Philip save hundreds of thousands of dollars over his career as a stockbroker. Rule number 2, saving will never make you rich. Philip emphasized that merely saving money won't make you rich because savings accounts offer minimal growth with typical rates at just 0.09%. For example, $100,000 in savings would earn only $90 in a year, and with a 2% inflation, you'd actually lose money. Instead, Philip highlighted the importance of investing. From ages 18 to 40, he invested $250 weekly, achieving an average annual return of 10%. This strategy left him with over $1 million by the age of 40, with $750,000 earned from compound interest. His smart investing and disciplined spending have allowed him to continue living off this money for years. Rule number 3, you must live below your means. Philip emphasized the importance of spending less than you earn and saving the difference, despite living in a materialistic world where people prioritize short-term wants over long-term financial security. By saving money, you gain several advantages: financial security in emergencies, the ability to invest in a business for increased income, and the possibility of early retirement through wise investments. Achieving financial freedom requires disciplined saving and investing, just as Philip showed by investing his money wisely to retire early. Rule number 4, you must have emergency funds. Philip explained that the least exciting but most important aspects of your financial health is setting up an emergency fund. Philip let Joe know in no uncertain terms that if he did not have a cash emergency fund set up, he must make the establishment of one a top priority. While Philip just explained that leaving money in a savings account was not the best way to grow your money, he added it's perfectly acceptable to have money on hand in a checking or savings account. Philip mentioned that 20 years ago his wife got extremely sick and had to be in the hospital for 3 months. He didn't know whether she would pull through, so he took time off work to spend literally every day with her in the hospital. Thankfully, she pulled through and did a full recovery, he says, but being able to rely on an emergency fund was really critical at that time. He therefore urged Joe to set aside a year's living expenses in case he might have his own emergency to attend to. Rule number 5, use debt wisely. Philip highlighted that to become rich, avoid making bankers and credit card lenders rich. While debts like student loans or mortgages are good debt since they can increase net worth, other debts for assets that depreciate are harmful. He mentioned that borrowing money for things that don't appreciate, like cars, result in double losses due to interest and depreciation. Despite his love for fancy cars, Philip pointed out that cars quickly lose value and advised paying cash for depreciating assets. If you can't afford it, wait or buy a cheaper alternative. Rule number 6. The more you learn, the more you earn. Philip explained that his slogan in life is the more you learn, the more you earn, and for that reason, he works every day on expanding his knowledge. He said he isn't always a voracious learner, but as a computer engineer, he was a huge fan of Bill Gates during the early years of Microsoft. He came to learn that Bill Gates takes reading vacations just to catch up on the books he wants to finish. His other idol, Warren Buffett, reads for a lot of hours in a day at an early age. Philip felt reading had to become part of his daily schedule because it gave him new ideas and concepts and opened his mind to the world. Joe wasn't much of a reader, but he did ask Philip what he exactly should be reading to help him grow his wealth. Philip suggested starting with non-fiction books on social skills, business development, economics, or any other self-development areas. Rule number 7. Money won't make you happy. After discussing the 6 money rules, Joe was excited to use them to become rich and buy his dream items. Philip laughed, knowing Joe hadn't realized the truth about money. It can only buy happiness when spent correctly. Philip explained that buying things for short-term happiness doesn't last. The excitement fades quickly, leading to a cycle of spending that keeps people broke. Instead, Philip advised spending money on things that provide lasting happiness. For example, buying your parents their dream car or spending on travel creates lifelong memories and appreciation for your possessions. Thus, money can buy happiness, but only when spent wisely. Joe wasn't the same person when he left the lunch table that day, and he promised from that day forward to live by the same rules of money so that he could be financially free and quit his job to fulfill his dream of traveling the world. There you have it. Follow these 7 essential rules of money to transform your financial life and to truly have wealth and freedom. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with others who might benefit. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell for more life-changing financial tips. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.